Hi there, Starstream Painting here, where we paint minis to be table ready in an hour or less. And today we're going to be painting this orc lady. Let me stick her to the stick tube before I show you. There we go, stuck down to the stick tube. There she is in all of her unpainted glory, with her spear and her muscles. She's a very muscly orc lady, which is good, because if you're going to be a fighter, you might as well have all the muscles, right? So we're going to start by laying down some green for her flesh tone. And we're going to use the big paintbrush because this orc lady's not wearing a whole lot of clothes. Don't worry, she's still got her modesty garments on, but all in all, she's got a lot of bare skin. which I like. I like to paint nearly nude models. I don't know if YouTube and Twitch like me painting nearly nude models, but I like it. I guess we'll find out. She's not naked, though. She's got her modesty garments. Modesty garments. Those garments they put on minis to cover up things like the nips and the groin region, so that they're not offensive to people who find those areas offensive. I personally don't find those regions offensive, so to me it's just something else to paint, a detail. Let me get my paintbrush wet. It seems to be being weird today. Oh, excuse me. Let's get the back of her leg. Oh yeah, the paint's going on much better now. And her butt cheek. Posterior. What's your favorite word for butt? I think they're all kind of fun to say. Posterior, derriere, bottom, butt. Hi, sorry, I'm 12. No, I'm not actually 12. Sometimes I behave like I'm 12. Giggling about things that aren't funny. Well, that are funny and, nothing against 12-year-olds. Love them. In a platonic way. I'm going to change the subject before what I can use can be, what I say can be taken out of context. So how about that weather? Personally, I haven't been outside yet today. Sorry, I'm trying to decide if she's wearing more modesty cover or if it's just boob. So we're going to paint around it until I figure that out. If she's wearing extra modesty garments or if it's just boob. I mean, there's a good chance it's just boob. But I'm going to wait and see what I figure out. Maybe I've decided it's a modesty top. Designed to keep her covered. Better protect against things like arrows, sword blows, the elements, and the lewd gazes of human and elf males. Oh, who am I kidding? The lewd gazes of everyone. I'm not going to discriminate. Maybe she's into ladies. Maybe she's into men. Maybe she's into both. Maybe she's into none. And all of that's fine. She's a miniature. When you play her, you get to be the character. You decide what she's into. You know what? I kind of like it as a top. I'm going to make it a top. If we don't like it, if I don't like it, we can always go back in and paint over it. It's beautiful little acrylic paints. They're very forgiving. All right. Next order of business, I'm going to paint her hair black. We're going to use a smaller brush for this. Can you see good? So I hope your day's going well. And if it's not going well, I hope it gets better for you. Ooh, that might actually be boob. Yeah, we'll finish painting her hair and decide on it. I kind of like the idea of it being a top. And that's the beauty of miniatures. Sometimes they're not always they're well defined, but you can identify parts where it's like, I don't feel comfortable painting that much boob. So instead, I'm going to paint it a top. I know I've painted miniature tops on topless miniatures before because I wasn't comfortable with painting nude miniatures at that point. I know if I were to paint that miniature again, I might not put the top on her. There we go. Luscious hair. Now we're going to go ahead and paint her cloth bits. And we're going to paint those a nice shade of blue. Now there's a little bit of cloth up here. And there's some cloth back here. For me, a tiny little undergarment. There's that modesty garment we were talking about. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint this up. Some of you may be yelling at your monitor, Starstream, no! That's not top, that's boob! Or yay, that's boob, that's top, not boob. And to you I say, thank you for your constructive criticism. I greatly appreciate it. But I'm painting it as top. Not boob. Although looking at it closely, it was probably meant to be boob. So oops. I think she looks cute though with her little blue top. We'll just go ahead and paint all over all that blue for now. All right. Let's see here. What should we paint now? Let's paint her armor. Use that for that. I'm going to use this for that. Got a lovely shade of brown picked out. I use a lot of browns. If you're watching this live, happy Friday. Unless you're watching it live in a different time zone, in which case it's a different day, in which case happy whatever day it is. Go ahead and get this arm brace painted up all nice and brown. You see good? And there we go. Let's paint up our other arm brace. It seems to go all the way around as well. There we go. Oh, she's got shoulder pads still. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to pick out the lighter brown. Actually, let's paint the head of her spear first. We're going to paint that black. Still have some black out. Sweet. I'm painting it black like obsidian. I think that's a really cool rock. Is it a rock or is it a form of glass? I can never remember. There's the head of her spear painted up. Now let's paint the shaft of her spear. Shaft. Sorry. I find weird things funny. Well, they're probably not all that weird. Just today I'm going to giggle at them. Things like the word shaft. Don't know why it's funny, but it is. And we'll leave that little spot there for the light color of the binding. There we go. Sorry, spied a couple of spots I missed on her hair. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and pour out our light brown. And we're going to pick out all the little belts. Because this is the life I chose for myself. Sorry, I had to check belt locations. I was having a little difficulties picking them all out. And there's probably one that goes across this breast, too. We're going to go ahead and paint it in. Even though I can't see it real well, I'm pretty sure there's one supposed to be there. And back to our bag. There we go. And this little one on her knee pad. Boop. Nice and painted up. And we'll paint the back of this one on our shin. And then for around the spearhead. And there we go. Now all that's left to do is point in her eyes and pick out. Does she have big teeth? No, she does not have big teeth. Okay. All that's left to do is paint her eyes. Oh, I forgot her base. Let's paint that first. Go ahead and get a little water and get that off of there. There we go. Sorry, I got a little quiet there. I was focusing on the paint. There we go. There's our base. Now we're going to get out our teeny tiniest brush and do our eyes. Yay, eyes. Dang it, I gotta fix that paintbrush. Sorry, I like eyes because they look really cool and they're the soul, window to the soul. But also at the same time, they're the dickens to paint. Might just leave hers like that. They look pretty intimidating. Okay, now we're gonna hit her with the blow dryer so she dries off. So mind your ears. All right, that should be good and dry. And the final step is, of course, dry brushing. Get some paint on our brush and then wipe it away. And start dry brushing. Goal is to pick out the accents, the highlights, the high points. That's what I'm looking for, the high points. And make her pop. Get a little in her hair here. A little on her face. Some on her muscles. A more on these back muscles. Some on our butts. And there we go. That's our lady. Pick her up here so you can see her real good. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me. Really appreciate that. Thumbs up for you. Have a great day. Bye bye.